this is my channel Penny Pot Cottage. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you're new, then welcome, and if you are returning, then welcome back, and thank you very much for coming back to see what's happening. I haven't been able to do a video for a while. We've had quite a lot going on, and some of that's going to be explained in the video in a minute, but I've got quite a few little exciting things to show you, so I am probably more excited about this video than anything that I've ever posted before. We'll just get into it straight away. So as you can see behind me, there's no yarn wool. Okay, so I'm currently sitting in our bedroom, and I used to have my yarn wool behind me. And for several months now we have been building a cabin in the garden for my mum to move into, because she's been in the spare room, which hasn't really given her any space, and we only have a 2-bedroom cottage, and so therefore our spare room was taken up and we didn't have anywhere for anything to be. So I've now moved. So we're going to go in there in a moment and I'm going to show you, and I'm just going to say now that there's going to be very little editing in this video, because I just want to get it out to you. I'm really excited. I've got lots of different things to show you, and I haven't got the time to just sit down and edit it all, because we are still sorting out getting stuff out to the cabin and getting mum settled in, etc. So yeah, so other than kind of cutting and splicing and maybe inserting a few things that I might forget to put in when as I'm actually doing this, yeah, then it's just going to be unedited, so you're welcome. So let's go to the new room. Come on. So we're going to go from here where I used to sit. This is where I'm going to be now. It's really, really small in here. I'm backing up right to the window. We do have a door, but my mum had a fall one night and got stuck behind the door. So while she was in here, we decided to take the door off, and she had a curtain for some privacy. And we have literally just emptied all this out in about the last 3 days, so there won't be a door put back on for a little while, just because we haven't really got the time to do it and it's not strictly necessary at the moment. But anyway, so here I will take some photos as well, because the trouble with holding the camera this way is you don't get the full length picture. So yeah, so here we have one of my not one of my yarn shelves, because clearly there's two, I don't know what, how do I describe that? It's not a yarn wall as such, is it? Because it's like 2 cubes wide. But anyway, this is all my Snug as a Bug, and up here I have a couple of baskets that's got Premier basics in it, and there's some here's a tester piece every time I need to do some eyes or something on that Scrumpalicious up there. So he's it up there in case I need to do some extra testing, and he's already kind of pulled apart. So this is all snug. As you can see, I had a delivery just very recently, so all of these are not yet balled up, whereas these are. And I have had to just squeeze them in as best I can. Right down at the bottom here, oh, that's my bright colours down there, which I don't use as much of. And then right at the very bottom behind here is some Utopia yarn, which I don't tend to use as much, but I like to have some of the colours in case there's a particular colour that I haven't got, so I can use that. My little ball winder there, which I've been using this morning. As you can see, look, I've got some of the ball bands in there. This little bit here, I mean, none of this is particularly going to stay exactly where it is, just because as I start to use it more and more, I might find that it's functions better elsewhere. But this still has to very much be a spare room. So our daughter and granddaughter are coming down in a couple of weeks, so very likely they will be camping out in here anyway, so some of these things are going to have to sort of be put back into our room while that happens, because she'll come with a travel cot and all the paraphernalia that a baby comes with, and hopefully bring the baby as well. But for the time being, this will be very much my yarn shop. I'll be able to come in here, grab what I want. I can sit on the floor. I have been sitting on the floor and doing some winding, but I probably won't bother having a desk or anything, because there just won't really be room, because as you can see from the bed here, it's got a trundle. It's got a pull out, so when Chloe and Tom come, or our son Peter and his girlfriend Rachel, when they come, it can pull out and then be a double bed. So yeah, so these bits here probably aren't going to actually stay. This is as you come in the door, these won't actually stay here, but I've got this, it's empty at the moment, but that's going to have so the patterns when I print them out. I'm just going to pop those in there just so I've got hard copies for when I want them. That's empty at the moment. It's just got oh, what's it called, the organza bags that we tend to get from Wool Warehouse. If you don't select to not have them, you end up with quite a few of them, and they're nice, but I don't really have a use for them at the moment, but I don't want to just throw them away, so I can tend to just store them in there. Oh, down here, that's really thick yarn, so that's Huggable and Snug Big, which is that grey one, and it is so big. I just don't like that at all. So they're not really yarns that I'm going to be using, but not going to throw them away. And there's a couple of acrylic colours. Again, don't really use them. I use the white, the pink and the black for facial details, whiskers, noses, etc. And yeah, and obviously that's a spare bed. That's just some paperwork that I've got to sort out for my mum, so that's her stuff. And I've just got one small bag up here at the moment with some plushies in it, just to sort through, to go to probably one of the shops. I'm not entirely sure. There's the wonky turtle. It doesn't matter up there because he doesn't really show, so he can sit up there. And the next bit I'm going to show you, now I'm really behind on the Crochet Roulette, and I can only apologise to all the other collaborators that I'm in with, because I just can't, let's close up a minute. I just haven't been able to keep up this last couple of weeks. So the last one that I have joined in with was the pink Sea Life, and I haven't shown you what I've done. I think I put a post on Instagram, but I haven't actually shown you properly. So I'm going to turn the camera around and come back to you in just a second with what I made for Pink Sea Life. Okay, so here we go. So what I made for Pink Sea Life, so I made a little octo, and I think apart from when I very first started crocheting, I've actually haven't made an octopus since. So I made him, and I decided to embroider eyes as well because I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So there's him, and I can't, sorry, I'm just going to bring him back. I can't actually remember the pattern designer. It could have been all from Jade. it was so long ago. It's just one that I had stored on my phone, and or had I copied it out? I honestly can't remember. But anyway, he looks better when he's sort of sat flat in my hand, but I can't do that and hold my phone at the same time, so he can sit there. And then this one is, I'm quite pleased with this. weirdly pleased with him. So little Seahorse. He's made with Wallen's Baby Bunny, coral, and I think possibly a Yummy Chanel in the light pink, and 16mm eyes. I think it's 16, could be 14, but I think it's 16. Yeah, so he's quite cute, and he's a pattern by Crochet Vision, and I'll try and link that below. And I'll show you now where they sit. So there they are, look, judging me. We have a little Melman, the mushroom, in the middle, which is my complete disaster one, but he's so ridiculous, I just have to keep him. And then on this, in this corner, we have Chanel. Okay, now, if you've been here a while, you'll probably know that I've always said I don't like Chanel. And whilst that was sort of true, it also sort of wasn't, because the reason I didn't like Chanel is because I find it much too thin for me to use, and quite messy, and anyway, yeah, mostly because it was too thin. But I've discovered that if you double strand it, it's as thick as snug, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I've been doing that, and I'm living my best life by doing that. So I have got some bright colours down there, some neutrals here. Now I do tend to use mostly neutrals because I do pets and animals, but I do occasionally like some bright colours as well. And I've been doing some birds, so I can kind of get a bright fix by doing the birds. These little drawers here, they're empty at the moment. They'll probably just have some odd bits and pieces in there for when I get around to. I'll probably have some stickers and sellotape and things like that. As I say, we're not entirely sure how the room is going to work out. It's not going to be a dedicated craft room because it is the only spare room that we've got. But it's just nice to have this bit of space where I can put my yarn out and just come in, pick up a colour, and take it back downstairs, which is where I tend to crochet in the chair while you know, Mum's here and we're watching telly, or in the evening when I'm sat there with my husband. So that's that bit. So this is all making me extremely giddy with excitement, so giddy I can't even tell you. And we will now go on to the next bit of exciting, it's not news, I can't think of my words today, it's exciting. Anyway, just wait a second. So I have ordered some new display shelving for my stand, for my gazebo, for tables, and these are basically plant stands, and I've bought 3 of them. So hopefully they're going to work out and fit on the table, but the idea is that I could have 2 or 3, I hope, depending on what size space I've got. So let's try and get into them. Hang on a second. I don't want to split the box just in case I have to send it back for any reason. Right. So I have all these pieces, and I now need to put it all together. So we'll have a go at that, shall we? instructions. Oh no, just that side then. Screws and things. Ta-da! There it is. So I didn't actually film me putting it together, but just imagine swearing like a sailor, red-faced, bottom in the air, head down, arse up. Then you get the idea. That took me about 20 minutes, and it's probably marginally better than what we used to get in the old MFI flat packs, if you're from the UK and you're old enough to remember MFI. And in fact, I even got, where is it? I even got a spare screw, which is worrying because I'm not sure I should have a spare screw, but I don't have any holes without screws. So I'm just going to believe that they were generous enough to give me a spare one. This came from Temu, by the way, and it will fold up. So if I can't actually do it one-handed, I don't expect. But there you go. I can't do it one-handed. I don't know how much of this you can actually get the idea of. Probably all of it, because you're not daft, are you? You know what folding. Ooh. Right, anyway. You know what folding up means. Right, so that will then go in my car, and I've bought 3 of them. And really the idea is, I mean, these wire cubes, they work perfectly, but I do have to keep putting them up and down, and I just thought that way I wouldn't. So we'll see how they work out. I've got an event coming up in this week, so hopefully they're going to be okay. Yeah, if not, I've just invested money that's a bit rubbish, a bit what's the word, it's not going to give me any benefit, but that'll do for now. So now for the next bit, well actually probably the last bit really. I've been saving the best, ooh, sorry, I dropped you. Saved the best for last, at least in my opinion. I've got a yarn haul, and I'm very excited to open it. I haven't opened it. I think it arrived yesterday, and I've been very restrained, partly because I wanted to wind up all of the balls in there first, which I got done this morning, and I've been itching to get into it, but I really wanted to record it, so I've held off. So should we do it? Come on. Not that one, that's stuffing, so let's throw that out the way. So it's all in there, so let's open it together. Right, I hope this angle's okay for you. It's not ideal, but it's the best we've got to work with at the moment. So we'll start this one. Now it's all from one place. It's from a company called Actually Yarn, which thank you to Nicole from Beer Flamingo for recommending them to me. And the reason that I went with them is because what I've actually ordered is Wallen's Bunny Baby, and there's a shop local to us called The Bright Stitch, which I'll link below, and that's run by Jade, and they do Wallen's Bunny Baby as well. I just have not had 5 minutes to even get down there because it's in Plymouth and I'm nearer to Oakhampton, so it's about an hour for me, and I just couldn't. There were some of the colours, the Wallen's colours, Wollens. It's, well, I say Wollens because it's WOLLANS. There were some of the colours that I wanted that were on the website for Actually Yarn, that wasn't on the Bright Stitch. so I'm going to check them out, and then if I like them, I might say to Jade next time, if she's placing an order, whether she'd be able to get the extra colours. I think one of them was bitter coffee and one of them was soil. So, oh my goodness me, I've ordered loads. Actually, I feel a bit, I did feel a bit sick the other day, because when I put all of my, so behind the camera here, I've got my other Snug as a Bug yarn, and I spent, I think £74 restocking one week, and then realised I needed a few more colours, so I spent another 70, and this little lot was 166. I feel a bit sick, so if we could please not say that too loudly. What I'd really, really love is if you could also make me feel better by telling me that you've spent a lot. And I know when I look at my yarn shelves, they're nowhere near as packed as some of the beautiful yarn walls that I see. But yeah, it still makes me feel a bit having palpitations. Right, anyway, so I wasn't going to open this right up, but I'm going to, because why not? And I can actually really have a look at it and see what I've got. So, oh, it's not going to give me, oh, that's really annoying. It's not giving me colours, it's only giving me numbers. So if anybody knows what number 74 is, oh, that's so annoying. So annoying. Well, I'll see if I can open that up a bit. I tried to do it because I'm still none the wiser. I think that might be soil, because although it might look grey, it's actually got a bit of a brown hue to it. So yeah, let's go on to the next ones and see if they've all got numbers. Yeah, they have. That's number 60, which is sort of like a rust or a chestnut, or, oh, that's really annoying. Well, I'll show you all, and then if I can, I'll try and match up the number. I might even have an invoice in here somewhere. Okay, that's black. Yeah, that's another 74. There's that one. That's 41. I'll tell you the numbers, because if you are a fan of woolens, or you're interested in the woolens, then at least you can find the numbers. That's 88. And another black. Throw that one over there. And let's get into this one. Now, most of these are the same colours, as in I bought multiples of. This one is 76, and that's definitely a grey. I think if I was going to call that, I'd say storm grey. That's what it always is in my head, because it's Snug is the same. I don't know if it's called storm, but again, it's the dark grey. So nice. Because I do mainly cats, dogs, a few horses, which is actually, I've got this for doing some horses, because I really, really love that. I think it's Bubble Cat Crochet does her horses, or some of her horses in this, and it just looks so lovely. And if anybody's at all interested, because you know that I like to cost out all of my materials, and Lucy will know that I spent ages banging on to her about how I really, really wanted to like chenille, but the numbers didn't crunch. It seemed to be so much more expensive than using Snug. Well, actually, I'm very pleased to report that doubling it up doesn't. I think it's about £1 more. Well, I can live with that. I make enough of a profit on each item to swallow that, so I'm quite pleased with that. And for the sake of being able to use it, and it is lovely. I mean, I do love the blanket yarn, don't get me wrong. I love the thickness of it, and I personally feel that my dogs look better in blanket yarn, but this really lends itself to cats because it's just so velvety. I mean, I could literally just sit and stroke that. So yeah, that's what I've kind of got it mainly for, and horses, and also the colour range. I mean, you can't get that colour in Snug. You can't get that colour in Snug. You can get close. They do their I'm looking again up behind you, and you can't see what I'm looking at, but yeah, they do their own kind of versions. Like that would be sort of perhaps Sandy Camel, it's called, but they don't. I mean, look, you know, that's, sorry, I'll put that one down a minute. In fact, and that's a brown, so that's that's 4 browns already, and I know I've got another one, different shade. So that's another reason for switching, is just because of the colour ranges. And that's one, so that's 75, and that's really dark. That could be dark brown, it could be chocolate, it could be bitter coffee. I'm not entirely sure yet, and I hopefully find my invoice. And I have done testing with all this because I already had some woolens, I had some Yummy. This is a mixture of Yarn Smith Chenille, woolens, Yummy, and there might be another one in there and I can't think. So what I did is I did up a load of just generic blobs, and I put tails on them, and I stuck eyes in them, and they just weren't anything in particular, but they were kind of the size, the shape, everything that I will do, that I make. And I did a whole load of testing, so I know that these are really good to go as well. This is 51, could be dusky pink, possibly. That's another one of those, another of the dark brown, and another. I think I ordered 4 of all of my main colours, so 4 black, 4 white, 4 of all the browns, 4 of all the greys, and I think it's only really the colours, and I think it's only pink I ordered as a colour anyway, and I think I only got a couple of those. Actually, it's better than Christmas, because although I know exactly what I bought, I don't, if that makes sense, because I can't remember, and I don't know exactly what it looks like. So look, and there's this one as well. So we'll leave the big box. I hope this is it, and that it's not actually HelloFresh, which I haven't ordered from, because if it was, then that's been sat there for 2 days. But no, I'm pretty certain it's just a recycled box, which is great. I love that. I try and do that if I can. If I've got an order to send out that's more than one, no, more than 2. I've got some boxes that will take up to 2. But I've got an order to go out this week where somebody had 3 items, 2 dogs and a cat. So I need a big box for that. So I do sometimes save, although I do try, if I can, to find a box that hasn't got any branding on it. Right, here's the invoice, or yeah, here is the invoice. It was picked by Gemma, so thank you, Gemma, and it was packed by Janet, so thank you, Janet. Fantastic. Right, so we have got some more colours here. I'm going to get them out. Maybe I'll be able to find the colours. Right, let's go through. So let's find this one. So I said this one was 60. So that's chestnut. Okay. 75. that's bitter coffee, so that's a very dark brown. Black, we know we don't need to look at black, do we? Black is black. I mean, I know it's not always, but 74, that's soil, so that's kind of a midway between, I'd almost say it's more brown than grey. Just, I don't know how it looks on screen, but it has got quite brownish hues. That's going to be really good for tabby cats where they're not actually black, but because of the colours and everything, that does kind of mixes in and gives them the appearance of black. So that's going to be really nice. This one is, what did I say this one was? So that's 88. Oh, that actually only has a number. There were one or two that only had numbers. What's this one then? 41. So that's walnut. Okay. 51. Oh, that's strawberry. That's gonna be nice. Birds, pigs. 76. Anthracite grey. Yeah, that's one I'll use a lot of. So that's all the ones up there for the moment. So a lot of these are going to be the same. If I showed you 40, did I say 40? That's chocolate. So yeah, so you can see that's bitter coffee, that's chocolate. I think this is another strawberry. Yeah, strawberry. Because I did order at least 2 of everything, because where I double up, that will give me the amount that I need. So we've seen that one already. We've seen that one already. We've seen that one. I think we've seen all of these ones already. I'm not sure that I have got any different ones now. Big box time, big box. Colours underneath, so these are all the same. These are all ones that you've seen already. I'm going to just pop them out on the floor, and then I think that's one that you've already seen. 41. I think that was 41. Walnut. This room is a little bit dark. All our house only has tiny windows. Doesn't have that many windows either. There's only 4, but they're also really, really tiny. So when I'm doing this because I'm 50, so I'm blind as a bat, but also because I can't quite see. Now this one is a different grey, so that's 09, and that is grey, just grey. That's one we've seen before. I feel like calling down to my mum and saying, come and pick up the paper, because that's what used to happen when we were kids and it was Christmas Day. She'd always say, open it up, ball it up, throw it in the middle, and then your dad would come along and pick it up, which he did. So yeah, daddy, my daddy. Yeah, 27. Terracotta. Yeah, terracotta, lovely. And white. And then this is light pink, I believe. Yeah, light pink. Ooh, I'm not a great fan of the fact that it's sticking to the sellotape. But there you go. So this is another brown. So that's, well, yeah. 18 is, that's light brown. So that's kind of Labrador colour. Although I did say, didn't I, that I probably wouldn't use these 4 dogs. I mean, I might do. I've got the option if I really want to. Yeah, more likely more likely not. I'll probably, well, I've got to go through the snub as well, haven't I? So another terracotta. Still got another layer after this layer. So, and I need to open them, because if I don't open them, they'll just sit here and sit here. And I've got to ball them all up as well, because I like to use them on my yarn spinner. So I find them much easier to use like that. So more light brown, white. Methinks I'm going to have to get my other cubes. You can't, it's looking a bit backwards, but I'm going to have to get my other cubes to come down here. So I'm going to have to get another set in from the barn. I've got plenty. I've had a bit of an obsession with buying cubes. The trouble with me is if I find something that I like, I'm always scared I'm going to run out, like that there won't be any more manufactured, or I won't get them, and especially if it's at a good price. So I'll order several of whatever it is that I really like. So these cube sets, I think over the years, I've probably bought about six lots of 6. I've got about 36. I'm just astounded that my brain went to 36. That is, please don't tell me if that's wrong, because I'm excited to think that my brain instantly went 6 times 6 is 36, because I can't even do 5 times 5 sometimes, and let me tell you that. 25. So white, and the last one. And yeah, there's no more surprises of colours, unfortunately. We've now seen them all, but black. If you can hear background noise, just ignore that. My little dog's seen something outside that's displeased her. Just 1 second. So here we go. That's just come in today. Do you think it's time to call Yarn Hoarders Anonymous? And if so, is anybody coming with me? I can't be the only one. Please, please, please tell me I'm not the only one. You've got to come with me. Somebody has. Now I've got to ball it all up. I just like it to, well, it's not the best example, but I just like it to look like that. It's so much easier to use. But that is going to take me forever. Send help. Right, I'll sign off now, and I'll see you at some point on the other side. Don't expect a yarn haul from me anytime soon. Not another one. Right, so from me, my new craft room / spare room, and my enormous pile of yarn. Take care, lots of love, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.